Iolanthe, or
The Peer and the Peerie, and it's described as a fairy opera in 2 acts.
an Arcadian landscape through which runs a river. A chorus of fairies led by Leela, Celia and Fleta enter.
Why, she wrote all our songs and arranged all our dances. We sing her songs and we trip her measures, but we don't enjoy ourselves.
To think that 25 years have elapsed since she was banished. What could she have done to deserve so terrible a punishment?
Something awful.
What?
She married a mortal.
Oh, is it injudicious to marry a mortal?
Injudicious? Fleta, it strikes at the root of the whole fairy system. By our laws, The fairy who marries a mortal dies.
But Iolanthe didn't die.
No, because your queen, who loved her with a surpassing love, commuted her sentence to penal servitude for life, on condition that she left her husband and never communicated with him again.
That sentence of penal servitude she is now working out on her head at the bottom of that stream.
At the bottom of a stream. It makes me perfectly wretched to think of the discomfort she must have undergone.
Ooh, think of the damp. And her chest was always delicate.
And the frog! I never shall enjoy any peace of mind until I know why Iolanthe went to live among the frogs.
Then why not summon her and ask her?
Why? Because if I set eyes on her, I should forgive her at once.
Then why not forgive her? 25 years. It's a long time.
Think how we loved her.
Loved her? What was your love to mine? Why, she was invaluable to me. Who taught me to curl myself up inside a buttercup? Iolanthe. Who taught me to swing upon a cobweb? Iolanthe. Who taught me to dive into a dewdrop, to nestle in a nutshell, to gamble inside a buttercup? Iolanthe. Who taught me to swing upon a cobweb? Iolanthe. Who taught me to dive into a dewdrop, to nestle in a nutshell, to gamble upon gossamer?
Iolanthe. She certainly did surprising things.
Oh, give her back to us, great queen. For your sake, if not for ours.
Oh, I should be strong, but I am weak. I should be marble, but I am clay. Her punishment has been heavier than I intended. I did not mean that she should live among the frogs. Well, it shall be as you wish. It shall be as you wish. From my dark exile thou art summoned. Come to our call. Come, we send thee into lifelong banishment, but mercy holds her sway within our hearts. Rise, thou'rt pardoned, And now, Iolanthe, tell me, with all the world to choose from, why on earth did you decide to live at the bottom of that stream?
To be near my son, Strephon.
Bless my heart. I didn't know you had a son.
He was born soon after I left my husband, by your royal command. But he does not even know of his father's existence.
How old is he?
24.
Oh, 24? No one to look at you would think you had a son of 24. But that's one of the advantages of being immortal.
Oh, yes.
We never grow old. Is he pretty?
He's extremely pretty. But he's inclined to be
Yes, and what is he?
He's an Arcadian shepherd, and he loves Phyllis, a ward in Chancery.
A mere shepherd? And he half a fairy?
He's a fairy down to the waist, but his legs are mortal.
I have no reason to suppose that I am more curious than other people. But I confess, I should like to see a person who is a fairy down to the waist, but whose legs are mortal.
Nothing easier, for here he comes.
Where?
Good morrow, good mother. Good mother, good morrow. By some means or other, pray banish your sorrow. With joy beyond telling, my bosom is swelling, so join in a measure expressive of pleasure, for I'm to be means or other. Pray banish your sorrow. With joy beyond telling, my bosom is swelling, so join in a measure expressive of pleasure, for I'm to be married today, today. Yes, I'm to be married today.
Yes, he's to be married today, today. Yes, he's to be married today.
Then the Lord Chancellor has at last given his consent to your marriage with his beautiful ward Phyllis.
Oh, not he indeed, mother. To all my tearful prayers he answers me, "A shepherd lad is no fit helpmate for a ward of chancery." I stood in court, and there I sang him songs of Arcady, with flageolet accompaniment. In vain. At first he seemed amused, so did the bar, but quickly wearying of my song and pipe, bade me get out. A servile usher then, in crumpled bands and rusty bombazine, led me still.
Who are these?
Oh, Strephon, rejoice with me. My queen has pardoned me.
Pardoned you, mother?
Yes.
Oh, this is good news indeed.
And these ladies are my beloved sisters.
Your sisters?
Yes.
Oh, then they are my aunts.
A pleasant piece of news for your bride on her wedding day.
Hush! My bride knows nothing of my fairyhood. I dare not tell her lest it frighten her. She thinks me mortal and prefers me so.
Your fairyhood doesn't seem to have done you much good.
Much good. My dear aunt, it's the curse of my existence. Oh, what's the use of being half a fairy? My body can creep through a keyhole. But what's the good of that when my legs are left kicking behind? I can make myself invisible down to the waist. But that's of no use when my legs remain exposed to view. My brain is a fairy brain. Oh, but from the waist downwards, I'm a gibbering idiot. No. Yes.
I see your difficulty. But with a fairy brain, you should seek an intellectual sphere of action.
Yeah.
Let me see. I've a borough or two at my disposal. Would you like to go into Parliament?
A fairy member. Oh, that would be delightful.
Well, I'm afraid I should do no good there. You see, well, down to the waist, I'm a Tory of the most determined description. But my legs are a couple of confounded radicals. And on a division, well, they'd be sure to take me into the wrong lobby. You see, they're 2-1, which is a strong working majority.
Don't let that distress you. You shall be returned as a liberal conservative.
Oh.
And your legs shall be our peculiar care.
I see your majesty does not do things by halves.
No. We are fairies down to the feet, termed as a liberal conservative.
Oh.
And your legs shall be our peculiar care.
I see your majesty does not do things by halves.
No. We are fairies down to the feet.
Yes.
comes my beloved Phyllis.
Good morrow, good lover. Good lover, good morrow. I prithee discover, steal, purchase, or borrow. Marry today. Yes, we're to be married today, today. Yes, we're to be married today.
My Phyllis.
Oh, Strephon.
And today we are to be made happy forever.
Well, we're to be married.
It's the same thing.
I suppose it is. But, oh, Strephon.
Yes?
I tremble at the step I'm taking. I believe it's penal servitude for life to marry a ward of court without the Lord Chancellor's consent. I shall be of age in 2 years. Don't you think you could wait 2 years?
2 years? Have you ever looked in the glass?
No, never.
Here. Look at that. Now tell me if you think it's rational to expect me to wait 2 years.
No, you're quite right. It's asking too much. One must be reasonable.
Besides,
gentlemen,
as it is, half the House of Lords are sighing at your feet.
the House of Lords are certainly extremely attentive.
Attentive? I should think they were. Why did 25 Liberal peers come down to shoot over your grass plot last autumn? It couldn't have been the sparrows. And why did 25 Conservative peers come down to fish your pond? Don't tell me it was the goldfish. Oh, no, no. Delays are dangerous. If we are to marry, the sooner the better.
None shall part us from each other, for in life and death are we, bearing all to one another, I to thee and thou to me, all in all to one another, I to thee and thou to me, all in all to one another, I to thee and thou to me, oh, the tree and I the flower, oh, the idol I the law, by the day and all the hour, I the singer, the song. All in all, since the in the beating, bind the love that heart enshrined, mind the heart within the beating, mind the love that heart enshrined. I the stream and I the rill, I the sculptor, I the clay, I the ocean, I the billow, I the sunrise, thou the day, I the stream and thou the willow, I the ocean, thou the
A chorus of mortals enters, consisting of dukes, marquises, earls, viscounts, and barons.
Chancellor.
Is the true embodiment of everything that's excellent. It has no kind of fault or flaw, and I, my lords, embody the law. The constitutional guardian eye of pretty young wards in Chancery, all very agreeable girls, and none are over the age of 21. A pleasant occupation for a rather susceptible Chancellor. A pleasant occupation for a rather susceptible Chancellor. But though the compliment implied inflates me with legitimate pride, it nevertheless can't be denied that it has its inconvenient side. For I'm not so old and I'm not so plain, and I'm quite prepared to marry again. But there'd be the deuce to pain the lords if I fell in love with one of my wards. Which rather tries my temper, for I'm such a susceptible Chancellor. Which rather tries his temper, for I'm such a susceptible Chancellor. Everyone who'd marry a ward must come to me for my accord, and in my court I sit all day, giving agreeable girls away. With one for him, and one for he, and one for you, and one for ye, and one for thou, and one for thee, but never, oh never, a one for me. Which is exasperating for a highly susceptible Chancellor. Which is exasperating for a highly susceptible Chancellor.
And now, my lords, to the business of the day.
By all means, Talala. Phyllis, who is a ward of court, has so powerfully affected your lordships that you have appealed to me in the body to give her to whichever one of you she may think of the misfortune to be singularly attracted by this young person. Yeah. My regard for her is rapidly undermining my constitution. 3 months ago I was a stout man. I need say no more. If I could reconcile it with my duty, I should unhesitatingly award her to myself. For I can conscientiously say that I know no man who is so well fitted to render her exceptionally happy.
Oh, hear, hear.
But such an award would be open to misconstruction, and therefore at whatever personal inconvenience, I waive my claim.
My lord, I desire on the part of this house to express sincere sympathy with your lordship's most painful position.
I thank your lordships. The feelings of a Lord Chancellor who is in love with a ward of court are not to be envied. What is his position? Can he give his own consent to his own marriage with his own ward? Can he marry his own ward without his own consent? And if he marries his own ward without his own consent, can he commit himself for contempt for arrest of his own judgment? Ah, my lords, it is indeed painful to have to sit upon a woolsack which is stuffed with such thorns as these.
My lords!
Ah, Mount Ararat.
I have much pleasure in announcing that I have succeeded in inducing the young person to present herself at the bar of this house.
Oh,
My lord.
This pretty young lady's the fairest, her lips have the rosiest show, her eyes are the richest and rarest, her origin's lowly, it's true, but of birth and position I've plenty. I've grammar and spelling for 2, and blood and behavior for 20. Origin's lowly, it's true, I've grammar and spelling for 2, of birth and position I've plenty, with blood and behavior for 20, of birth.
Though the views of the House have diverged on every conceivable motion, all questions of party are merged in a frenzy of love and devotion. If you ask us distinctly to say what party we claim to belong to, we reply without doubt or delay, the party we sing in this song to. If you ask us distinctly to say, we reply without doubt or delay, the party we claim to belong to is the party we sing in this song to. The party we claim to belong to, the party we are singing this song to.
And my grammar's as good as my neighbour's. As for birth, I was born like the rest. My behaviour is rustic but hearty, and I know where to turn for the best when I want a particular party.
The station is one of the best. I suppose she was born like the rest. She knows to look for her hearty when she wants a particular party. She knows where to look whenever I want a where to look for her party.
Only court alone is virtue found.
Indeed, high rank will never hurt you. The peerage is not destitute of virtue. Spare not the nobly born with love affected, nor treat with virtuous scorn the well connected. High rank involves no shame, we boast an equal claim with him of humble name to be respected. Blue blood be respected. Blue blood, when virtuous love is sought, my power is naught, though dating from the flood blue blood, blue blood. When virtuous love is sought, my power is naught, though dating from the flood blue blood. Spare us the bitter pain of stern denials, nor with low-born disdain augment our trials. Hearts just as pure and fair may beat in Belgrave Square as in the lonely air of Seven Dials. Of what avail art thou to serve us now, though dating from the flood blue blood, blue blood. Of what avail art thou to serve us now, though
displeasure, and thus defy our definite command.
'Tis I, young Strephon, mine this priceless treasure. Against the world I claim my darling's hand.
Oh, Strephon!
A shepherd I, a shepherd he, a shepherd I, a shepherd I. He's rolled away, and he to me as fast away. Neath this blow, versus stand of dagger, though we momentarily stagger, in each heart crown the weak and ancient. Let's depart, dignified and stately. Let's depart, dignified and stately. 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 Dignified and stately.
Phyllis, you may go.
Oh,
No. Go. Strephon, here. Stay here. And now, sir, what excuse have you to offer for having disobeyed an order of the Court of Chancery?
My lord, I know no courts of chancery.
What?
I go by nature's acts of parliament. The bees, the breeze, the seas, the rooks, the brooks, the gales, the vales, the fountains, and the mountains cry. You love this maiden. Take her. We command you. I know no courts of chancery.
What?
I go by nature's acts of parliament. The bees, the breeze, the seas, the rooks, the brooks, the gales, the vales, the fountains, and the mountains cry. You love this maiden. Take her. We command you. 'Tis writ in heaven by the bright barbed dart that leaps forth into lurid light from each grim thundercloud. Oh, the very rain pours forth her sad and sodden sympathy. When chorus nature bids me take my love, shall I reply, nay, but a certain chancellor forbids it?
What?
Sir, you are England's Lord High Chancellor. But are you Chancellor of the birds and trees, King of the winds, Prince of the thunderclouds?
No. It's a nice point. I don't know that I ever met it before. But my difficulty is at present that there's no evidence before the court that chorus nature has interested herself in the matter.
No evidence?
No. It's a nice point. I don't know that I ever met it before. But my difficulty is at present that there's no evidence before the court that chorus nature has interested herself in the matter.
No evidence? You may take my word for it. I tell you, she bade me take my love.
Ah, but my good sir, you mustn't tell us what she told you. It's not evidence. Now, an affidavit from a thunderstorm or a few words on oath from a heavy shower would meet with all the attention they deserve.
And have you the heart to apply the prosaic rules of evidence to a case which bubbles over with poetical emotion?
Distinctly.
Oh.
I have always kept my duty strictly before my eyes, and it is to that fact that I owe my advancement to my present distinguished position. When I went to the bar as a very young man, said I to my worthy implicit belief, because his attorney has sent me a brief, said I to myself, said I. ere I go into court, I will read my brief through, said I to myself, said I. And I'll never take work I'm unable to do, said I to myself, said I. My learned profession I'll never disgrace by taking a fee with a grin on my face when I haven't been there to attend to the case, said I to myself, said I. I'll never throw dust in a juryman's eyes, said I to myself, said I. Or hoodwink a judge who is not overwise, said I to myself, said I. Or assume if the witnesses summoned in force an exchequer queen's bench, common pleas or divorce, have perjured themselves as a matter of course, said I to myself, said I. In other professions in which men engage, said I to myself, carried too far, your chance of promotion will certainly mar, and I fancy the rule might apply to the bar, said I to myself, said I. Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, Phyllis. Phyllis. To be taken from you just as I was on the point of making you my own. Oh, it's too much. It is too much.
My son in tears. And on his wedding day?
My wedding day. Oh, mother, weep with me, for the law is interposed between us, and the Lord Chancellor has separated us forever.
The Lord Chancellor? Oh, if he did but know.
If he did but know what?
No matter. The Lord Chancellor has no power over you. Remember, you are half a fairy. You can defy him, down to the waist.
Yes, but from the waist downwards he can commit me to prison for years. And of what avail is it that my body is free if my legs are working out 7 years' penal servitude?
True. But take me. You can defy him, down to the waist.
Yes, but from the waist downwards he can commit me to prison for years. And of what avail is it that my body is free if my legs are working out 7 years' penal servitude?
True. But take heart. Our queen has promised you her special protection. I'll go to her and lay your peculiar case before her.
Oh, my beloved mother, how can I repay the debt I owe you?
Darkly looms the day, and all is dull and grey. To chase the gloom away, on thee I call.
What was that?
I think on her he called.
We think we heard him say that on a rainy day, to while the time away, on her he called.
Tempest wreck thy bark, and all is drear and dark. If thou shouldst need an ark, I'll give thee one.
What was that?
I heard the minx remark she'd beat him after dark inside St. James's Park and give him one.
Oh!
We heard the minx remark she'd beat him after dark inside St. James's Park and give him one.
The prospect's not so bad, my heart's so sore and sad, may very soon be glad as summer's moon.
I'll give him one, I'll give him one.
Oh, shameless one, trembling, do not endeavour thy faults to dissemble. We parted forever. I worshipped him blindly, he worships another.
Attend to me kindly, this lady's my mother. This lady's his what? This lady's my mother.
This lady's his what? He says she's his mother.
What means this mirth unseemly that shakes the listening earth?
The joke is good extremely, and justifies our mirth.
This This gentleman is seen with a maid of 17 and a taking of his dolce far niente, and wonders he'd achieve for his lass to believe she's his mother and he's nearly 25.
Recollect yourself, I pray, and be careful what you say, as the ancient Roman said, festina lente. For I really do not see how so young a girl could be the mother of a man of 25.
My lord, of evidence I have no dearth. She has been my mother from my birth. In babyhood upon her lap I lay, with infant foot she moistened my clay. Had she withheld the succor she supplied, by hunger quelled your Strephon might have died.
Had that refreshment been denied, indeed our Strephon might have died.
Had that refreshment been denied, indeed our Strephon might have died.
But as she's not his mother, it appears, why would we so joyously rejoice because our Strephon did not die? Oh, rather let us pipe our eye, because our Strephon did not die.
That's very true, let's pipe our eye, because our Strephon did not die.
Traitors one, forever we must part. To one of you, my lords, I give my heart.
Hear me, Phyllis. You leave me.
Not a word you did deceive me.
Hear me, Phyllis.
Did deceive me. Long their pleasures are false and vain. I gave up the love of a lordly throne for the love of a simple swain. But now that simple swains are true, with sorrowful heart I turn to you. As sorrowful hearts are wont to do. The riches and rank that you before are the only baits you use. So the richest and rankiest of you, my sorrowful heart shall choose. As none are so noble, none so rich, as this couple of lords I find again. None are so noble, none so rich, as this couple of lords I find again. In the heart that's aching, breaking. For one of you two, and I don't care which. To you I give my heart so rich. I do not care. To you I yield, it is my due. I'm not aware. I'm yours for life if you choose. That's your affair. I'll be a countess, shall I not? I do not care.
No, 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 mighty protectress, hasten to my aid. The lady of my lover's copy talking to another.
Oh, fine, Miss Stephen is a rogue.
I tell her very plainly that the lady is my mother.
Taradiddle,
She won't believe my statement and declares we must be parted, because in a career of double dealing I have started. Then gives her hand to one of these and leaves me broken-hearted.
Our cruel wants to separate two lovers from each other. Oh, fine, our Stephen's not a rogue. You've done him an injustice, for the lady is his mother.
That fable passes Terrystown as well as any other. I didn't see her face, but if they fondled one another, and she's but 17, I don't believe it was his mother. Taradiddle.
I have often had a use for a thoroughbred excuse of a sudden, which is English for a panty. But of all I ever heard, this is much the
17, I don't believe it was his mother. Taradiddle.
I have often had a use for a thoroughbred excuse of a sudden, which is English for a panty. But of all I ever heard, this is much the most absurd, for she's 17 and he is 5 and 20.
She is 17 and he is only 5 and 20. Oh, fine, Miss Stephen is a rogue.
Now listen, pray to me, for this paradox be carried nobody or talk of 2020. Her age upon the date of his birth is -8, and she's 17 and he is 5 and 20.
She is 17 and he is only 5 and 20. Oh, fine, Miss Stephen is a rogue. Perhaps his baby's handled and he's very melancholy. Taradiddle, I wouldn't say a word that could be better than St. Johnny's, but to find another younger than his son is very curious. And doesn't have a mother that is true to what is first. Taradiddle.
Go away, man.
And doesn't have a mother that is true to what is first. Taradiddle.
Go away, madam, I should say, madam, you display, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to intrude, madam, with your brood, madam, brazen face. You compare, madam, interfere, madam, with the pair, madam, I am one. You're aware, madam, what you dare, madam, so take care, madam, and be gone.
Let us say, madam, I should say, madam, they display, madam, shocking taste. It is rude, madam, to allude, madam, to your brood, madam, brazen faced. Interfere, madam, interfere, madam, no, my dear, madam, this is one. They will say, madam, when aware, madam, when they dare, madam, when they done.
Bearded by these puny mortals, I will launch from fairy portals all the most terrific thunders in my armory of wonders. Shall we launch terrific wonders? Souls of the devil, wonders,
of hasty tone with dames unknown. I ought to be more chary. It seems that she's a fairy from Anderson's library, and I took her for the proprietor of a ladies' seminary.
We took her for the proprietor of a ladies' seminary.
When next your houses do assemble, you may tremble.
Our when gentlemen offend us is tremendous. They meet who underrate our calling, doom appalling.
Take down our sentence as we speak it, and he shall reap it. Henceforth Streatham cast away crooks and pipes and ribbons so gay, flocks and herds that bleat and glow. Into Parliament you shall go. Into
Parliament, we shall go. Into Parliament, we shall go.
In the parliamentary hive, liberal or conservative, Whig or Tory, I don't know, but into Parliament you shall go.
Into Parliament we shall go, backed by the Supreme Authority, he'll command a large majority. Into Parliament, Parliament, we shall go. Into Parliament we shall go. Into Parliament, Parliament, we shall go. Into Parliament we shall go.
Every bill and every measure that may gratify his pleasure, though your fury it arouses, shall be passed by both your houses. You shall sit, if he sees reason, through the grouse and salmon season.
No!
He shall end the cherished right.
No!
He shall prick that annual blister, marriage with deceased wife's sister.
Mercy!
Titles shall ennoble then all the common councilmen. Peers shall teem in Christendom, and the Duke's exalted station be attainable by competitive examination.
The palace yard west.
When all night long a chap remains on sentry, go to chase monotony. He exercises of his brains, that is, assuming that he's got any. Though never of his brains, that is, assuming that he's a-la-la-la, a-la-la-la, is either a little liberal, or else a little conservative. A-la-la-la, a-la-la-la, is either a little liberal, or else a little conservative. All thinking for them, but then the prospect of a lot of dull MPs in close proximity. All thinking for themselves is what no man can face with equanimity. Then let's rejoice with laugh, a laugh, a la la laugh, a la la la, that nature always does contrive, a la 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 la, that every boy and every girl that's born into the world alive is either a little liberal or else a little conservative. A la la la, a la la la, is either a little liberal or else a little little liberal or else a little conservative. A la la.
You seem annoyed, my lords.
Annoyed? I should think so. Why, this ridiculous protégé of yours is playing the deuce with everything. Tonight is the second reading of his bill to throw the peerage open to competitive examination.
And he'll carry it too.
Carry it? Of course he will. He's a parliamentary Pickford. He carries everything.
Yes, if you please, that's our fault.
The deuce it is.
Yes, we influence the members and compel them to vote just as he wishes them to.
It's our system. It shortens the debates.
Well, think what it all means. I don't so much mind to myself, but with a House of Peers with no grandfathers worth mentioning, the country must go to the dogs.
I suppose it must.
I don't want to say a word against brains. I have a great respect. But with a House of Peers composed exclusively of people of intellect, what's to become of the House of Commons?
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought of that.
This comes of women interfering in politics. It so happens that if there is an institution in Great Britain which is not susceptible of any improvement at all, it is the House of Peers.
Oh, hear, hear.
When Britain really ruled the waves in good Queen Bess's time, the House of Peers made no pretense to intellectual eminence or scholarship sublime. Yet Britain glorious will shine, Great Britain.
Are they not? Distinctly. For self-contained dignity, combined with airy condescension, give me a British representative peer.
Then pray stop this protégé of yours before it's too late. Think of the mischief you're doing.
But we can't stop him now. Oh, the lovely. Oh, why did you go and defy us, you great geese?
In vain to us you plead, don't go. Your prayers we do not heed, don't go. It's true we sigh, but don't suppose a tearful eye forgiveness shows. True we sigh, but don't suppose a tearful eye forgiveness shows. Oh no, we're very cross indeed, yes, very cross. Don't go.
It's true we sigh, but don't suppose a tearful eye forgiveness shows. Oh no, we're very cross indeed, yes, very cross. Don't go.
Your disrespectful sneers, don't go. Call forth indignant tears, don't go. You break our laws, you are our foe. We cry because we hate you so. You very wicked peers, you wicked peers. Don't go.
You break our laws, you are our foe. We cry because we hate you so. You know, you very wicked peers, you wicked peers. Don't go.
Our disrespectful sneers, ha ha, call forth indignant tears, ha ha, if that's the case, my dears.
Don't go.
We'll go.
Oh, shame! Shame upon you! Is this your fidelity to the laws you are bound to obey? Know ye not that it is death to marry a mortal?
Yes, but it's not death to wish to marry a mortal. If it were, you'd have to execute us all.
Oh, this is weakness. Subdue it!
We know it's weakness.
Sensible to the effect of manly beauty. Look at that man. A perfect picture. Who are you, sir?
Private Willis, B Company, 1st Grenadier Guards.
You're a very fine fellow, sir.
I am generally admired.
I can quite understand it. Now, here is a man whose physical attributes are simply godlike. That man has a most extraordinary effect upon me. If I yielded to a natural impulse, I should fall down and worship that man. But I mortify the inclination. I wrestle with it. It lies beneath my feet. That is how I treat my regard for that man.
Oh, foolish faith, think you because his bravery my bosom falls, I'd disobey our fairy laws, because I fly in realms above, in tendency to fall in love, resemble I the amorous dove, resemble I the amorous dove. Oh, amorous dove, type of Ovidius Naso, this heart of mine is soft as thine, although I dare not. Ovidius Naso, this heart of mine is soft as thine, although I dare not say so. This heart of mine is soft as thine, although I dare not say so. On fire that glows with heat intense, I turn the hose of common sense below. That is the main on which to draw. In that we gain a captain sure. In that we gain a captain sure. Oh, Captain Shaw, type of true love kept under, could thy brigade with cold cascade quench my great love, I wonder? Oh, Captain Shaw, type of true love kept under, could thy brigade with cold cascade quench my great love, I
I can't think why I'm not in better spirits. I'm engaged to 2 noblemen at once. That ought to be enough to make any girl happy. I'm miserable. Don't suppose it's because I care for Strephon, for I hate him. No girl could care for a man who goes about with a mother considerably younger. I'm miserable. Don't suppose it's because I care for Strephon, for I hate him. No girl could care for a man who goes about with a mother considerably younger than himself.
Phyllis, my darling.
Phyllis, me own!
Don't! How dare you?
Oh.
Oh, but perhaps you're the two noblemen I'm engaged to.
I am one of them.
I am the other.
Oh, then, my darling, my own. Well, have you settled which it's to be?
Not altogether. It's a difficult position. It would be hardly delicate to toss up. On the whole, we would rather leave it to you.
How can it possibly concern me? You are both earls, and you are both rich, and you are both plain.
So we are. At least I am.
So am I.
No.
I am indeed very plain.
Well, perhaps you are. I am.
So am I.
No.
I am indeed very plain.
Well, perhaps you are.
There's really nothing to choose between you. If one of you would forgo his title and distribute his estates among his Irish tenantry, why then, I should then see a reason for accepting the other.
Talala, are you prepared to make this sacrifice?
No.
Not even to oblige a lady?
No, not even to oblige a lady.
Then the only question is, which of us shall give way to the other? Perhaps on the whole, she would be happier with me. I don't know. I may be wrong.
No, I don't know that you are. I really believe she would. But the awkward part of the thing is that if you rob me of the girl of my heart, we must fight and one of us must die. It's a family tradition that I have sworn to respect. It's a painful position, for I have a very strong regard.
My dear Thomas.
You are very dear to me, George. We were boys together. At least I was. If I were to survive you, my existence would be hopelessly embittered.
Then, my dear Thomas, you must not do it. I say it again and again. If it will have this effect upon you, you must not do it. No. If one of us is to destroy the other, let it be me.
No.
Ah, yes. By our boyish friendship, I implore you.
Well, be it so. But no, I cannot consent to an act which would crush you with unavailing remorse.
But it would not do so. I should be very sad at first. Oh, who would not be? But it would wear off. I like you very much, but not perhaps as much as you like me.
George, you're a noble fellow, but that telltale tear betrays you. No.
First? Oh, who would not be? But it would wear off. I like you very much, but not perhaps as much as you like me.
George, you're a noble fellow, but that telltale tear betrays you. No, George, you are very fond of me, and I cannot consent to give you a week's uneasiness on my account.
But, dear Thomas, it will not last a week. Remember, you lead the House of Lords.
Yeah.
On your demise, I shall take your place. Oh, Thomas, it would not last a day.
Now, I do hope you're not going to fight about me, because it's really not worthwhile.
Well, I don't believe it is.
Nor I. The sacred ties of friendship are paramount.
Or perhaps I may incur your blame, but things are few I would not do in friendship's name.
And I may say its name.
Then freely pray be mine a pain. Forget your craze and go your ways in friendship's name. In friendship's name.
Oh, many a man in friendship's name has yielded fortune, rank, and fame, but no one yet in the world so wide has yielded up a promised bride. Accept, O friendship, all the same.
This
Sacrifice to thy
unrequited robs me of my rest. Love, hopeless love, my ardent soul encumbers. Love, nightmare-like, lies heavy on me chest, and weaves itself into my midnight slumber. When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repose the taboo by anxiety, I conceive you may use any language you choose to indulge in without impropriety. For your brain is on fire, the bedrooms conspire of usual slumber to plunder you. First you counterpane ghosts and cover your tombs, and the sheets slip from under you. Then the blanketing tickles you feel and makes pain so terribly sharp is the pricking, and your heart and your cross and your tumble and toss, there's nothing twixt you with the ding. Then the bedrooms will creep to the ground in a heap, and you pick them all up in a tangle. Next your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at its usual angle. Well, you get some repose in the form of a nose with an eyeballs and head over aching. When you're slumbering, takes such horrible dreams that you're very much better be waking. For you dream you are crossing the channel and tossing about in a steamer from Harwich, which is something between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage. And you're giving a treat, and you're giving a treat and the ice and cold meat to a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous horde, and they all came aboard some square to South Kensington stations. And bound on that journey you find you to tell you who started that morning from Devon. He's a bit undecided and don't think surprised when he tells you he's only 11. Well, you're driving on that this singular line on the man that ship's now four-wheeler, and you're playing on games that calls you bad names when you telepatized by the dealer. And the fish is not that you hold your hand in your phone, cold as an icicle, in your shirt and your stocks about 6 gold clocks, it's whole clean of bicycle. And here the bicycles too, which it's somehow or other invested in, and is telling the tales of the particulars of the company he's arrested in. It's a scheme of devices to get at low prices or goose of conviction to cables, which tickled the sailors by treating retailers as though they were all vegetables. You get a good spade with plants will train the first deck of his boot under a tree, and his legs will bloom, his fingers will shoot, then they blossom and bud like a fruit tree. From the green grass of tree you get grapes and green cauliflower, pineapple and cranberries, while a peach will plant and a brand will ground will puff to form some bed-based thing. Enter the door, eagles and nipping potions sitting in the pencil. Those with flowers, not the button, English tongue, sensibly mentioned in general sensible happenings living in clover. But the darkness has passed, and it's daylight at last, and the night has been long. Ditto, ditto, my soul, and thank goodness they're both of them.
We are much distressed to see your lordship in this condition.
Ah, my lords, it is seldom that a Lord Chancellor has reason to envy the position of another, but I am free to confess that I would rather be 2 earls engaged to Phyllis than any other half-dozen noblemen upon the face of the globe.
Yes, it's...
Seeing you thus, we naturally say to ourselves, this is very sad. His lordship is constitutionally as blithe as a bird. He trills upon the bench like a thing of song and gladness. His series of judgments in F-sharp minor, given andante in 6/8 time, are among the most remarkable effects ever produced in a court of chancery. He is, perhaps, the only living instance of a judge whose decrees have received the honor of a double encore. How can we bring ourselves to do that which will deprive the Court of Chancery of one of its most attractive features?
I feel the force of your remarks, but I am here in 2 capacities, and they clash, my lords, they clash. I deeply grieve to say that in declining to entertain my last application to myself, I presume to address my
attractive features.
I feel the force of your remarks, but I am here in 2 capacities, and they clash, my lords, they clash. I deeply grieve to say that in declining to entertain my last application to myself, I presume to address myself in terms which render it impossible for me ever to apply to myself again. It was a most painful scene, my lords, most painful.
This is what it is to have two capacities. Let us be thankful that we are persons of no capacity whatever.
Come. Remember, you are a very just and kindly old gentleman, and you need have no hesitation in approaching yourself, so that you do so respectfully and with a proper show of deference.
Do you really think so?
I do.
Well, I will nerve myself to another effort.
Good!
And if that fails, I resign myself to my fate.
If you go in, you're sure to win. Yours will be the charming lady, be your law. The ancient saw, faint heart never won fair lady. Never, 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 faint heart never won fair lady. Every journey has an end, when the worst affairs will mend. Guard the door when day is nigh, hustle your horse and don't say die.
He who shies at such a prize is not worth a maravedi. Be so kind to bear in mind, faint heart never won fair lady. Never, 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 faint heart never won fair lady. While the sunshines make your hay, where a will is there's a
Enjoy oneself in Parliament when one leads both parties as I do. Ah, but I'm miserable. Poor broken-hearted fool that I am. Oh, Phyllis. Phyllis.
Yes, Strephon?
Phyllis! But I suppose I should say, my lady, I have not yet been informed which title your ladyship has pleased to select.
I haven't quite decided.
Oh.
You see, I have no mother to advise me.
No, I have.
Yes, a young mother.
Not very. A couple of centuries or so.
Oh, she wears well.
She does. She's a fairy.
I beg your pardon? A what?
Oh, I've no longer any reason to conceal the fact. She's a fairy.
A fairy? Well, but that would account for a good many things. Then I suppose you're a fairy.
I'm half a fairy.
Things. Then I suppose you're a fairy.
I'm half a fairy.
Which half?
The upper half, down to the waistcoat.
Dear me, there's nothing to show it.
Well, don't do that.
But why didn't you tell me this before?
I thought you'd take a dislike to me. But as it's all off, you may as well know the truth. I'm only half a mortal.
But I'd rather have half a mortal I do love than half a dozen I don't.
Oh, I think not. Go to your half dozen.
It's only 2, and I hate 'em. Oh, please forgive me.
Oh, I don't think I ought to.
Oh, please.
Besides, all sorts of difficulties will arise. You know, my grandmother looks quite as young as my mother. So do all my aunts.
I quite understand. Whenever I see you kissing a very young lady, I shall know it's an elderly relative.
You will? Happy.
We won't wait long.
No, we might change our minds. We'll get married first.
And change our minds afterwards.
And that's the usual course.
If we're weak enough to tarry ere we marry, you and I, of the feeling I inspire, you may tire by and by. For peers with flowing coffers press their offers, that is why I am sure we should not tarry ere we marry, you and I.
If we're weak enough to tarry ere we marry, you and I, we've a more attractive maiden to a maiden you may fly. If by chance we should be parted, broken-hearted, I should die. So I think we will not tarry ere we marry, you and I.
If we're weak enough to tarry ere
I should die. So I think we will
she aware of our engagement?
She is.
Mother!
And thus she welcomes her daughter-in-law, my dear.
She did for us.
No, impossible.
But our happiness, our very lives depend upon our obtaining his consent.
Oh, madam, you cannot refuse to do this.
You know not what you ask. The Lord Chancellor is my husband.
Your husband?
My husband and your father, Strephon.
Then our course is plain. On his learning that Strephon is his son, all objection to our marriage will be at once removed.
No, he must never know. He believes me to have died childless, and dearly as I love him, I am bound, under penalty of death, not to undeceive him. But see, he comes. Quick, my veil.
Oh, victory, victory! Success has crowned my efforts, and I may consider myself engaged to Phyllis. At first I wouldn't hear of it. It was out of the question, but I took heart. I pointed out to myself this had its effect. I admitted that I had watched my professional advancement with considerable interest, and I handsomely added that I yielded to no one in admiration for my private and professional virtues. Oh, this was a great point gained. I then endeavoured to work upon my feelings. Conceive my joy when I distinctly perceived a tear glistening in my own eye. Eventually, after a severe struggle with myself, I reluctantly, most reluctantly, consented. Oh, but soft. Who comes here?
My lord, a suppliant at your feet I kneel. Oh, listen to a mother's fond appeal. Oh, listen to a mother's fond appeal. Hear me tonight, I come in urgent need. 'Tis for my son, young Strephon, that I plead. He loves, if in the bygone years thine eyes have ever shed tears, bitter unavailing tears, for one untimely dead. If in the eventide of life sad thoughts of her arise, then let the memory of thy wife plead for my boy. He dies. He dies, if fondly laid aside in some old cabinet. Memorials of thy long dead bride lie dearly treasured yet. Then let her hallowed bridal dress her little dainty gloves, her withered flowers, her faded loves.
It may not be, for so the fates decide. Learn thou that Phyllis is my promised bride.
Thy bride! No, no.
It shall be so. Those who would separate us, woe betide.
My doom thy lips have spoken, I plead in vain. A vow already broken, I break again.
life.
Iolanthe, thou livest?
I live. Now let me die.
Once again.
Now let me die.
Once again thy vows are broken. Thou thyself thy doom hast spoken. Bow thy head to destiny. Death thy doom and thy Iolanthe!
My queen, forgive me. If Iolanthe must die, so must we all, for as she has sinned, so have we.
What?
We are all fairy duchesses, marchionesses, countesses, viscountesses, and baronesses.
It's our fault. They couldn't help themselves.
It seems they have helped themselves, and pretty freely, too. You have all incurred death. But I can't slaughter the whole company. And yet, the law...
The legal mind are equal to the emergency. Well, the thing is really quite simple. The insertion of a single word will do it. Let it stand that every fairy shall die who don't marry a mortal. And there you are, out of your difficulty at once.
We like your humour. Very well. Private Willis?
Mom!
To save my life, it is necessary that I marry at once. How would you like to be a fairy guardsman?
Well, Mom, I don't think much of a British soldier. What wouldn't ill-convenience himself to save a female in distress?
You are a brave fellow. You're a fairy from this moment. And you, my lords, how say you? Will you join our ranks?
Please do.
We will. Well, now that the...
Please do.
We will. Well, now that the peers are to be recruited entirely from persons of intelligence, I really don't see what use we are down here. Do you, Tolala?
No, none whatever. Good. Then away we go to fairyland.
Soon as we may, off and away, we'll commence our journey airy. Happy are we, as you can see, everyone is now a fairy. Everyone is now a fairy. As a general rule we know, 2 strings go to every bow.
will arrange happy exchange. House of peers for house of peers.
Peery, 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 house of peers, a house of peeries. Up in the air, sky high, free from walls in Chancery. It will be surely happier for. Up in the air, sky high, free from walls in Chancery. It will be surely happier for. He's such a susceptible Chancellor. Up in the air, sky high, free from walls in Chancery. It will be surely happier for. He's such a susceptible Chancellor.
That was Iolanthe, or The Peer and the Peery, an entirely new and original fairy opera in 2 acts.